18th chapter, verse number 28. Ayukta prakritah stabdha.
Ayukta prakrita stabdha.
Ayuktah prakritah stabdha.
Ayukta prakrita stabdha.
Shatto naishkritiko lasaha.
Shato naiskritiko lashaha.
Shatto naishkritiko lasaha.
Shato naiskritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Karta tamsa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Ayukta prakrita stabdaha.
Ayukta prakrita stabdha.
Shatto naishkritiko lasaha.
Shato naiskritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Anyone like to recite?
Ayukta prakrita stabdha.
Ayuktah prakritah stabdaha.
Shato naiskritiko lasaha.
Shatto naishkritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Ayukta prakrita stabdaha.
Ayukta prakrita stabdha.
Shato nishkrita uloshaha.
Shato naiskritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Vishadi dirgha sutri cha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Anyone else?
Sorry. Enemy, don't have.
Okay, let's go word by word meaning. Ayuktaha, not referring to the scriptural injunctions.
Ayuktaha, not referring to the scriptural injunctions.
Prakritaha, materialistic.
Prakritaha, materialistic.
Stabdaha, obstinate.
Sabdaha, obstinate.
Sataha, deceitful.
Shataha, deceitful.
Naishkritikaha, expert in insulting others.
Naiskritikaha, expert in insulting others.
Alasaha, lazy.
Alasaha, lazy.
Vishadi, morose.
Vishadi, morose.
Dirgha, sutri, procrastinating.
Dirgha sutri, procrastinate. I like that word. Dirgha sutri.
Cha, also.
Also.
Karta, worker.
Karta, worker.
Tamasaha, in the mode of ignorance.
Tamasaha, in the mode of ignorance.
Uchyate, is said to be.
Uchyate is said to be.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The worker who is always engaged in work against the injunctions of the scripture, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others, and who is lazy, always morose, and procrastinating, is said to be a worker in the mode of ignorance. In the scriptural injunctions, we find what sort of work should be performed and what sort of work should not be performed. Those who do not care for those injunctions engage in work not to be done, and such persons are generally materialistic. They work according to the modes of nature not according to the injunctions of the scripture. Such workers are not very gentle, and generally they are always cunning and expert in insulting others. They are very lazy. Even though they have some duty, they do not do it properly, and they put it aside to be done later on. Therefore, they appear to be morose. They procrastinate anything which can be done in an hour, they drag on for years. Such workers are situated in the mode of ignorance. So let's offer our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swame Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Once again, this is Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter and text 28. The translation is: the worker who is always engaged in work against the injunctions of scripture, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating and expert in insulting others, and who is lazy, always morose and procrastinating, is said to be a worker in the mode of ignorance. So, just recap the previous verses. As in my last class, I have explained that Prabhupada explains that Bhagavad Gita is over by 17th chapter. So this 18th chapter is the perfection of renunciation. And here Arjuna is asking questions again to understand. So it begins with what is the Tyaga and what is Sannyasa and so on. And here in this section, we see that work, the knowledge and the work and the worker, how they work under the three modes of material nature. So we have seen that the knowledge in the mode of goodness is undivided. Spiritual nature is seen in all living entities. Though they are divided into innumerable forms, we should understand that it is in the mode of goodness. And same way, we understand that actions which are performed in the mode of goodness they are done with a great effort. And the action is done which is very much regulated and performed without attachment and without love or hatred and without desire for fruitive results, is in the mode of goodness. And same way, the worker who performs, we see that he performs his duty without associating with the modes of material nature. He doesn't participate in the three modes of material nature when an action being performed by this worker who's said to be in the mode of goodness is without false ego and with a great determination and enthusiasm and without wavering in success or failure is the qualities of a worker who is working in the mode of goodness. So coming to the knowledge again in the mode of passion is that where one sees that every different body there is a different type of living entities. So we can understand, like when you differentiate, that's said to be the knowledge said to be in the mode of passion. And the same way the action which is being performed with a great effort and the performer the action which is being performed for gratifying the senses or the desires, so they come with the false ego, like I am the doer, like you feel that, oh, I have done this, like that. So the action which is being performed with that a great effort and in a sense to gratify desires, or it's out of the false ego, is said to be in the mode of passion. And we see that the same way the action which is the worker, I need to go. So the worker who's attached to work and fruits of work and desiring to enjoy those fruits, who's greedy, always envious, impure, and moved by joy and sorrow, is in the mode of passion. And so we can see that when we see people, lot of people around us, that they are very much attached to their work, and they don't want to part with their work, and they want to get the fruits of that work, means they want to see the results coming from that work, and then they want to enjoy that result. They want to show that, look, I have done this great task and this is the result that I have achieved. And they are very greedy and they are always envious. So you especially see in the corporate world where that people are like, they don't like anyone's success, rather they like to climb up the ladder, but they don't like anyone taking promotions or climbing the ladder, and because they think that, oh, I deserve that, then those people who got that, so they think that they are unworthy, but I am the worthy, like that. So it's said to be because they are envious and same time they are impure. And there is a difference you can see. When they have success, they feel very happy, and when they have a failure, they become very sorrowful, like they feel that as if the world is like gone, like they feel that there is nothing in life for them, like that. So they are in the mode of passion. Now again, coming to the knowledge in the mode of ignorance, that the knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of a work as all in all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness. And we see that same way the action which is performed in illusion, disregard of scriptural injunctions, and without concern for future bondage or violence, for distress caused to others, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So you see the actions which are performed by a person, the action which is performed by a person who is in the mode of ignorance is very much illusioned, and he doesn't regard, he doesn't have any respect, or he doesn't care for any injunctions coming from the scriptures. He doesn't want to follow, and he doesn't care for his future bondage, that his actions will bind him and he has to suffer for those actions. So he doesn't care for, he or she doesn't care for that. And and you see that there is a violence and there is a distress is being caused to others by their actions. So that's said to be in the mode of ignorance. And same way, now today's verse, in this verse we see that the worker who's always engaged in work against the injunctions of scripture, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others, who is lazy, always morose, and procrastinating, is the worker in the mode of ignorance. So here we see that they don't care what sort of a work should be performed and what sort of a work should not be performed. They have no knowledge about it because they don't care about the result, or they don't care about their being having a bondage, or binding those activities or actions. So they don't care basically, and they don't think about anything like they don't care about others. They are only concerned about their happiness and their enjoyment, and anyone who comes in their way for their if you try to tell them that, hey, look, this is wrong and this you are supposed to do it, they will not accept those advices or instructions from us. So that person said to be in the mode of ignorance. So here we see that we see that Prabhupada says that one who is not Krishna conscious is forced to act by the modes of material nature. And in this case, a person is, because of his not having proper knowledge, and because he or she doesn't have a proper knowledge, then what happens? There is no proper action, and there is the activities which are performed, he doesn't have any information about it. So that's how, when you don't have proper knowledge, what happens? You fall down and you will become very whimsical. And we see that in the present era, in the present Kali Yuga, we see that how people are like they behave, how their behavior is. By seeing their behavior, their nature, we can definitely understand that which mode is working on them. And most of the time we see that the two modes, especially the mode of passion and mode of ignorance, they are the two modes which are very, very prominent. And sometimes the mode of goodness also comes. Pretty much Prabhupada says that that the mode of goodness is that it's like a person coming to Krishna consciousness. The one who's practicing Krishna consciousness is said to be in the mode of goodness. And we see that how this the people in the mode of passion, they are very materialistic. They want to achieve, and they want to I see that how they act. It's like let me just I mean, we can understand that people around us, even sometimes these modes are very strong among us as well. Like we see ourselves, whether we have to check ourselves whether we are materialistic people, or we are lazy, or we are morose, or we are having this obstinate tendencies or procrastinating tendency. Like that, we can check ourselves and we can see that to which category we belong, whether we belong to the mode of passion or ignorance or goodness, like that. Because it is said that the person in the mode of ignorance, he's like, he doesn't care whether which scripture injunctions are supposed to be followed, like that. So generally they are very materialistic people, and they have that, they always, you see them that like we see that Bhagavad-Gita is like a life manual, and people are like they don't care. They don't, when we tell them, please this activity is not good and you are supposed to do this activity, they don't listen to us, they don't care about it. So this is how, but we have this Bhagavad-Gita which is like a life manual for us, and we can, by reading this Bhagavad-Gita, understanding the instructions of the Lord in Bhagavad Gita, we can understand that where we are and how we can improve, because the modes are always acting upon us, and the best way is to get out of this clutches of the material nature, and above this when we act above these three modes of material nature is only by Krishna consciousness. And especially like in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come in this Kali Yuga to give us Sankirtan movement, and he has given us this Bhakti Yoga, which is very easily you can perform. Like there is this pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita that that one person was like going for a nature call, and he was like trying to hold his tongue to stop from chanting Mahamantra. So there is, we see that I think it is Gopal Guru, I think so, you can correct me later. It is Gopal Guru. Yes. So he says that you can chant anywhere, because Mahaprabhu is watching all this, and Mahaprabhu instructs that you can chant anywhere, anytime, irrespective of time, place, circumstances. So when you're performing devotional service, it is internal, it is not external. So we have to understand that when we are performing Krishna consciousness, or when we are performing devotional service, that means we are above these three modes of material nature. So we come to the stage of Shuddha Sattva. We come to that stage which is beyond these three modes of material nature. And sometimes it is good to be on the mode of goodness, but again the mode of goodness is also binding on us. So we need to be checking all the time that which mode is working upon us, and then we need to see that how I can change. And the best way to do is that to pray to the Lord, because Maya is under the control of the Lord. And when you surrender yourself, when you pray to the Lord saying that, my Lord, I am in the mode of passion, I am in the mode of ignorance, please uplift me. You are the only one who can help me get out of these three modes of material nature. You are the one who's very causeless, you are Karuna Sindhu. So please bring me up so that I come out of this and I can get purification, and then I can serve you in a better mood, like that. So we need to understand, and always there is a improvement, because whatever we are in this situation today, it can be improved, because there is always scope for improvement. And we see that how when we are following injunctions, and when we follow Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, when we take association of devotees, and when we perform devotional service, then automatically we are on the above these three modes of material nature. So, and we see that people around us are like almost, they are like their nature is very animalistic. Like you see that how they spend so much time in sense gratification, and they are not gentle, and they are always like, you find them very cunning and very expert in insulting others, like that. We see the people, they are around us like that. And we see that they are not following any principles in life, and they act on their own, and they don't have any rules or regulations. They are very violent towards others. You see how much killing is going around us in this age of Kali Yuga. You see so much people are not very compassionate with each other. They want to like they can go to any extent to do anything for their own happiness. We see so many cases, like if you see the crime, like people are like trying to just today, I think so, I came across a news that in India, a person who was like in a debt, like he was like 97 lakhs or 57 lakhs something, he was in debt, and he had a life insurance for 1 crore or something like that. And just to get that, he got one person who was like a very poor person or somebody, and then he somehow got him into his car, and he put the car onto the fire. He put a blaze to it, and the person who died, he tried to picturize as if he is dead, and he wanted to claim the insurance, that money, so that he can enjoy the life. So you see that how people go to extent to kill others for their enjoyment. And then police, they caught him because he was using his phone, and then they caught him, and then they interrogated him, and then they came to know that this person actually killed other person for the life insurance. And we see so many atrocities being committed around us, and it is really how people are like so ruthless, they are so rude and so very bad situation. And Kali Yuga is progressing like that. And you, especially people, some people, you see them, they are very lazy. Even they have to do small work, they just they keep on going on, taking more time to finish that work. They are like, they need more time to finish the work which can be done in like in a day, they will take like a month, like that. So here we see that Prabhupada says in the purport that anything which can be done in an hour, they drag on for years. So people around us, they are like that, and people are very lazy in this Kali Yuga, and people are very morose, and like when they don't get what they are looking for, so they become very morose, and they just try to harm others, or they try to harm themselves. And like you there is like, you see people around us, like especially like in New York, such a places where you see people are into drugs and alcohol, intoxication, and it is so rampant there that all four what you call regulative principles are being broken there. And in anywhere, not only just in New York or anywhere in the world, but you see that how people are like very much wants to not follow rules and regulations, and they are always busy, and they're always like looking for their own happiness, and they don't want to change whatever they have, what you call the fixing up their mind. They are mostly like, they are very much stubborn with their opinions, and they don't want to yield to others. They want to be like stuck with their decisions or opinions. They will not change whatever they want. They just like, they make, once they made their mind, they will not change it. They will just keep it to that. There is no scope for them to change. And most of the time they are very much like, you cannot pursue them, they just fixed. So you cannot change them, or you cannot make them understand what you're telling them. So this is like, and then they have this cheating propensity also. And you see that how people are trying to cheat. If anything is like, we see in the market, or anything with the repairs, or when you're buying something in the market, people like, which is costing like $10, they will charge you $50 or $100, like that. And it is like so much cheating going on. Like relationships, in relationships you see the cheating is taking is there. I mean, like even like all relations in this material world are being cheated. So we have to understand which mode we are in, and especially in Kali Yuga, all these three modes are very strong, and they are acting upon us. And we just need to stick to our sadhana, and the best way in Kali Yuga is how fortunate we are that we are able to practice this Krishna consciousness or devotional service. And among us, we see that how we have this knowledge, the scriptural knowledge, because people in this world, they are striving to they want to be more rich, they want to enjoy more comforts of life, but they are not seeing that everything is temporary, everything will be taken away. Like your bank balance, everything will be taken away at the time of death, or somebody will come and take it away. So this is temporary, but spiritual practice is permanent. So whatever we can earn so far, that will stay with us, and it will come with us in our next life as well. So Krishna consciousness and we practicing and coming together in this discussions of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, we can understand that we are very, very fortunate, and we should be thankful to Srila Prabhupada who has given us this knowledge, and he made this so easy available to all of us. So I just feel that we all are very much fortunate in this process, and we just need to thank our acharyas, and we need to come to this satsang together, and wherever there is a programs going on or some festivals are happening or whatever way we can participate in this services, we should feel we are very fortunate. And this is the best way to clean ourselves, because we are conditioned and we are deeply conditioned. So when we perform devotional service, that means we are purifying our existence. So the best way is to chant Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this way, by practicing devotional service, we can go beyond three modes of material nature, and we will become very stable, and we will be very happy spiritually and materially as well. So this is what I have today, and I will stop here. Anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Don't realize that the mode of ignorance has so many qualities that we show sometimes. You don't think of procrastinating, obstinate,
Yeah.
holding our ground whether we are right or wrong,
Yes. And we always think that we are right, no matter
Yes,
what.
Of course. And sometimes silly things,
Yes.
silly things we want our way, we think,
Yes, yeah.
can be done any other way.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji, for your comments.
An expert in insulting others, yeah. I mean, in the Western world, we see so many things like that, right?
Yes, yeah.
Even in the family get-together, I heard, especially now with all the extreme political views, there's no family get-together when they're alone. Yeah, you can't be sure of anything. I mean, you've heard about that horrible Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner being killed by their own son, right?
Yes, Mataji,
Yes. Yeah, such a horrible way to go, and what a sad story.
I just found out today that in my neighborhood the same thing happened. I know that family even. I used to send them Christmas cards. The son is my Vijay's classmate.
Oh my God.
And because I don't have a TV, I don't watch news, I only found out today the Kapila have sex. The son killed the father, exactly like the Michelle Reiner's, and Rob Reiner's case. I don't know if you...
And there is another older case also. 2 boys killed their parents, they're still in jail. Now they're much older.
This is in California, some old thing. This happened just 1 month ago, like 3 weeks ago or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You watch TV, you didn't find out in farming?
I don't watch TV at all, so I just don't talk about it. I don't watch TV at all these days. Ever.
No news I'm talking about.
I don't watch news either. In fact, I can't stand the news these days because the more news
I don't even have a TV.
I mean, occasionally when I hear something like this, I just look on my laptop or my phone. I look up some news that is, I read the headlines because I want to know what's going on in the country or the world to some degree. But
because I know the family. I used to send them Christmas cards a few years ago. I know the mother.
And TV is not the only place you get news. You get news on the laptop. You get news on your phone. You get news everywhere you want to get it.
Yeah, but anyway, I never heard it. I'm hearing it today in school.
I didn't hear it. I mean, I don't think that's local news sometimes is not, you know, shown.
But I
on
googled it
TV.
today, and all these old TV channels have reported that it's not an ordinary news where a son kills a father.
No, I'm not saying that. In the US, these kind of stories are not uncommon at all, you know, drug addicted children. Um, and in fact, my husband's co-worker, you know, his daughter was my son's classmate. And she finally died, you know, in her 20s, you know, of drug addiction. And finally, the parents were almost relieved, Shuddha Bhakti. You know what I'm saying? Because how much can you control a child who's out of control,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and cannot, is gone completely addicted, you know? So finally they almost felt like, you know, at least she's out of pain.
Yeah, actually, you know, the education is like really bad in this country or anywhere nowadays. At least in India now they are introduced Bhagavad-Gita in the schools now because of the Modi government. But otherwise, like, you know, it's like people don't know what is the real knowledge or what is their purpose in life, like that. So they are like taking birth and dying like animals. Like mostly it is like very animalistic life. They are,
Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
like the Dvipada Pashu, you know.
yeah, Dvipada
Srila
Pashu.
Prabhupada
Yeah.
calls them Dvipada Pashu,
Yeah,
you know, just
yeah.
two-legged animals, you know.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, if you look like, especially now holiday time, like such big advertisements of beef and steak and
Yeah,
things like that, the
yeah.
whole culture is just meat-eating culture and alcohol drinking culture, and you know, and the younger generation is even drug-addicted culture. You know?
Right, yeah.
So obviously that's completely in the mode of ignorance, right?
Yes, yes.
So it's a sad. The only reason this Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner is because they are famous personalities. I'm not saying that kind of incidents don't happen all over.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Now they're
Basically, like people are very
shot.
unhappy.
In Australia, some Jewish people got shot. You know, like the last 3 days, so many shootings.
Even in like Australia, something happened, right? There was like massacre, I think so.
yeah, the people
Yeah.
were celebrating Hanukkah on the
Yeah.
beach, Party
Yeah,
Beach,
yeah,
and this
yeah.
Pakistani guy and his father
Right, yeah. So it's,
started fire point blank at so many people. You know?
I see that they're very unhappy in their lives and they don't want anyone else to be happy, you know. If someone is
Right.
happy, they want to go and destroy them, you know, like
And
that.
also, that kind of hatred comes from fanaticism. You know what I'm saying? They're not really religious at all.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, genuinely religious and pious people don't do that, you know, no
Yes.
matter what religion. So
Yes.
if they're doing something like that, it's extreme fanaticism, and fanaticism is does not have a basis in
Yes.
you know good.
It's not a normal life, you know, normal thinking. They are beyond that. So that means
Right.
they are like
But Srila Prabhupada clearly states that all of these, you know, violent incidents and war is happening all over the world is because of meat eating.
yes.
Because you're killing innocent animals, and there is going to be repercussions for that.
Yes.
You know, and that's the part which is very, very hard to convince people. you
I
know.
mean, Mother Nature has to clean up, right? That's why we see all this earthquakes, you know, all
the karmic
hurricanes.
reactions take
Yes, yeah.
stringent laws of nature
Yes,
take place whether we believe it or not.
yes, yeah.
You know, even in the laws of a state, if
Yes.
someone has killed somebody,
Yes,
then that person is punished, right?
yes, yeah.
With either death or life in prison.
Yes,
So if the laws of the state do not work, doesn't mean the laws of the Supreme Lord do not work.
No,
and so the Supreme Lord is not even involved in it. Krishna is not even involved in it. But his administration is taking care of everything.
Yeah, they are perfectly working under the instruction.
Perfectly working,
Yes.
perfectly,
Yes.
without missing a beat.
Yes.
So the sad state of affairs that we hear, shooting here, shooting there, terrorist activity here, terrorist activity there, shooting in schools now, among young people, shooting in universities, all that has become so common because meat eating has become a regulated industry.
Yes, yeah. Gun system, guns
Right,
are easily
right.
available.
I don't know. I feel like if anybody goes to a slaughterhouse and actually watches how those animals are killed, they will probably never eat. Many people wouldn't, at least, They just give a blind eye to how it is actually
But
done.
Mataji, those who are working in that industry, even though they see it, the tongue is mightier. Like it's very hard to control your senses, especially the tongue, and the tongue and the stomach and the
You become desensitized. Yeah, you
so
become desensitized.
so say they don't have any emotions now because they have been seeing it, and that's very inhuman. They are very merciless, very rude, like careless, like they don't care about others but they want to enjoy the life. This is what, like, the whole system is like.
And this is why it's so important to distribute these books and at least
Yes,
bring,
yeah. Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada said, even if a quarter of the world becomes Krishna conscious, there will be relief in the world.
Yes. I mean, like, numbers are really growing good, book distribution numbers, yeah.
And that
even the Middle East.
I'm sure that is the prediction of the next
Yes.
10,000 years
Yes.
being the golden age of Kali Yuga.
Yes, yeah.
But if the golden age of Kali Yuga is still so bad, can you imagine what the
Yes, yeah.
the horrible age of Kali Yuga is going to be? Right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Anyone has any comments or questions? Or we can stop here. Okay, let's offer our prayers. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Kuti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.